Good evening, Sir Markadoo here, your economic evangelist and your heart of a hustler. I got some speakers on. And how are y'all doing tonight? Let me fix this. There we go. Turn some of this stuff down. I got some open mics. Let me see, where am I? Okay. I'm doing the best I can. Praise God, man. This is going to be a great broadcast tonight. Looking forward to it. Let me unplug that. There we go. Feeling much better now. So, listen, this is being brought to you by Heavenly Body Products. And again, I'm your Sir Markadoo, your economic evangelist. And this is something a little different than I normally do. It's not the same. It's something similar, but not the same, okay? So somebody put that in the feed for me. Something similar, but not the same. And can you see me? That's what I need to know. Am I on live? Am I red hot and rolling? Because we're going to have a great broadcast tonight. I'm not going to keep you tonight. I don't have no guests tonight, so we're going to just hit it hard and put it in perspective, okay? So here we go. Okay, all I need is a little feedback. Is how am I doing tonight? Am I on? Can you hear my voice? That's what I need to know right now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, the sound that's coming out of my mouth? Trying to make sure I'm red hot. Let me see what somebody's saying. You are live, King. Thank you. Thank you, Yvette. Now, we already know what the topic is tonight. It is God's people must create a civil rights economic movement. And, you know, I've spoken on this topic before, kind of, sort of, but we just have so much work to do surrounded around economics in our community and the things that we need to do. So I'm just going to put up a few things and get ready, paste up a few things here. There we go. This is being brought to you by Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper. Please check out my site and also chronickiller.com. All right. If you need to reach out to me, just give me a call anytime. And this is great. This broadcast is I'm going to hit it harder with pastors, preachers, teachers, community activists. You know, I still want to send a shout out to Kobe Bryant's family and all the other families that were involved in that helicopter crash again. You know, it's just sobering because every now and then I'll peek at some social media and sure enough, I see him in there and I realize that we have to do something. I realize that I have to do something to help other people so that we understand that we got to get this movement popping. It's just, I'm never going to stop. You know, I speak about this movement, and I come from the civil rights movement era, and I realize, you know, that it's the economics that we're missing right now. And it is huge on our plate. And I know sometimes I sound like a broken, there you go, talking about that same old stuff, you know. But there's got to be something where we as a community, we begin to do the things that are necessary to understand that it has to be a movement now. I've been saying it, but it's almost like it's our civil rights to have economics for our children to understand economics and economic growth. And now I'm well aware that everybody's not going to get it. Let me just say, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, okay? This is also being brought to you by the Billionaires Club. I'm growing up in the inner city of Boston, and I realized during the 60s, it was nuts. It was not. It wasn't a lot for us to do. I think community was a little different back then. I think because we were relying on each other a little bit more because of we didn't have all this social media and everything. So the information didn't go far. You hit a neighbor, you hit your classmate, and then, it didn't go that far. But we had to stick together. And by the time we figured it out, we knew we had to tackle that thing, right? So let's go right over here. I see Yvette's on. Who else is on tonight? I see Yvette's on. Good. She said, I can hear you, so that's good. My brother. Hey man, we gotta talk a little bit more, but I hope this touches you. And this is part of the movement that we already understand, that even the returning citizens or ex-convicts and the people that come from the gangbang and all that, it's their civil right to have a business. A lot of our future business is going to be the cats from the community, from the hood, that that done the crime, done the time, and they're back in society. And I was watching something on Martin Luther King and that whole era, and it was weird. And just listening to him. Oh, that's right. This is Black History Month, of course, and it's just the chance we should overcome someday. And I believe that. But I believe what even Brother Martin and Sister Harriet Tubman and all the rest of those cats, you name it, Frederick Douglass, you name it. It goes on. The names go on and on and on. Marcus Garvey, the ones that fought, and then there's the people like Evan Jefferson, Ray Wilkerson. I mean, these people are striving to make a difference in the economics in our community. I'll tell you what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating my era, the 60s and the 70s, connecting with 2020, the 21st century. I'm so excited about that piece, that we can get together and begin to collaborate. I know there's some organizations out here. I know there's some major companies, some organization companies that are ready for somebody like me and Evan and Ray, and that we can really hit it. I know people. I think of this this economic movement as a community effort. It's like we have all these beautiful minds, but the one thing that we have not taken on is economics on a whole nother dimension. There's a word that I wanted to, it was on my mind and it got away from me. But when we go forward, it's, oh my God, it's just a revolution. That's the word that I wanted. You see, I didn't give up because I know for a fact that the revolution will be televised. It's just going to happen. Somebody put that in the feed. The revolution will be televised. The revolution will be televised. And it is what it is. It will be televised. And I'm just anticipating being a part of it. And I'm looking for the minds that understand how to organize. I'm not the greatest organizer, not even close. There's people, that's what they do. They're way better than me at it. But there's such an opportunity to go so heavy in this revolution. Now, let's see. What does, without looking it up, what does revolution mean? Somebody put in the feed, what does revolution mean? This is going to be very interesting. Because there's different revolutions. So we're going to go ahead. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to share a screen. And this is a screenshot, okay? Okay, here we go. There it is. So I'm going to look at that. In political science, a revolution is a fundamental and relatively sudden change in political power. But we're not talking about that right now. But even though it has a little bit to do with it, in political organizations, which occurs when the population revolts against the government, typically due to perceived oppression. You got that? Perceived oppression, political, social, economics. We got to understand where we at. I promise you, I'm not even going to be here this long. I plan on not being in this seat that long because we got to get to the point where I got to hit it and quit it. This shouldn't take too long. Okay? Now let's finish up. Let's finish this. Remember, perceived oppression, political, social, economic, or political incompetence. Okay, here we go. Now, also revolution means complete change from one constitution to another. Come on now. Modification of an existing constitution. So look at our existing circumstances. We have our brothers and sisters. I'm talking about God's people that were suffering. We are suffering at the hands of the oppressor. Who is the oppressor? Evil. Now, I don't know about you, but I know about me. I want to go down in history as one of the most cold-blooded activists. I done the best I could. I have a lot of things planned for God's people, if God says so. Oh, this is powerful now. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Boy, when I start getting a tear in my eye, you know it's on and popping. Revolutions occurred through human history. It varies widely in terms of methods. Okay? Different methods, duration, and motivating ideology. The results include major changes in culture, economy, and social political institutions, usually in response to perceived overwhelming hypocrisy, whatever that is, or bureaucracy, whatever that is. Scholars debate about, there we go, right there. You see, here we go. This is what I'm talking about right here. Now, these thinkers, these people that they know a lot and talk a lot, they have, okay, here they go. Scholars debate about what does and does not constitute a revolution center on several issues. Early studies of revolution primarily analyze events in European history from a psychological perspective, but more modern examinations include global events and incorporate perspectives from several social sciences, including sociology. Now, when I was in college, I loved sociology. I loved it. And political science. Several generations of scholars on revolution have generated many competing theories. See how they fighting, competing against who really has the answers to our demise. And this is why I came up with this topic of civil rights economic movement. Powerful, right? God is in the blessing business. Here we go. I said something, the competing theories, and contributed much to the current understanding of the complex phenomenon. So we as a community that we're suffering economically, it's a complex phenomenon. That in itself is very powerful. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I want to know who wants to be part of this broadcast and feel that they have something to offer. Okay? So we're going to do that. I'm going to create a banner, paste. I'm going to add that banner, okay? I'm also going to add it in the feed. Paste. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let me see who's on, because I'm going to continue to read it in a second. Let me see who else is in here. Hey, Sister Wakita. How you doing this evening? God bless you and your family. Okay, they're going to say, if you feel compelled to be a part of this. Now I'm going to go a little further into this. Hold on. Here we go. And these are notable revolutions, but the biggest one that we're talking about is economic revolution. Okay, and the biggest thing that that I feel that the economic revolution, it shouldn't be a whole lot of theory to it. I want to ask a question. The question is, how many people even care? I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I just want to, this is just food for thought. How many people really care if we even have an economic revolution? How many people even think on this feed think it's necessary? Is it even necessary that we have an economic revolution? And I did sometimes when I said, when I talked to Evan Jefferson, the Black Billionaires Club, so that he would say, we would talk, and this always, we always get to a space where we say, this is rough, this is tough business. Working for God's people and working for the economy is tough, but it's well worth it. And I tell my brother, I said, some things are just standard in our community. And we have to fight. Hey, Sister Felicia. Sometimes, let me ask a question. And I'm still looking for an answer. How many people feel that it's necessary to even have an economic revolution. How many people are just tired, financially just tired? How many of us really go through economic depression? You know, just as a sidebar, you know, every Thursday at 7 o'clock, I do Real Raw Talk. So you got to go on Facebook to make that. Okay. But these type of subjects are going to happen, are going to come up, and we're going to, it's going to be fire in the hole. We ain't going to play because Real Raw Talk is a whole different world. What's happening, I'm getting ready to invite a whole lot of pastors. So if you know any pastors, preachers, anybody like that, they need to be on there. They need to, because, I realize that a lot of us are cut from the same cloth. Our struggles are real. And it's real. I mean, it's time for us to band together. It's just the right thing to do. How many of us suffer financially? How many of us suffer financially and we pass it down to our children and our children's children? And you're struggling? Yeah, you got, you got a nice car. I mean, we got a nice home. But how many times you really look at your finances, how many people are just one tragedy away from being out of their house or their apartment or their car? Just one tragedy. And everything goes up in flames. That's it. I believe it's necessary for economic revolution. And, that when it starts, when it begins, it's still going to be a fight for the few initially. But it's going to be led by the younger folk. I'm talking about 20s, 30s, 40s. It's going to be heavy. Because if you really look at our community, we are struggling. But it has been like that for a long time. I've been trying hard to make sure that God's people, our people, have a fighting chance. I just want to come on tonight, and I just want to show my face like I always do on a Monday evening. That my lifestyle and my business style is shifting as I get older. As we get older, we have to recognize what else is left for us in our rights, in our civil rights. And I'm not saying, oh, it's great me. I know for a fact that as I was coming up, since I was a young boy to now, I never really even heard of a civil rights economic movement. I never even really heard of a true economic revolution. I know people. I do the best I can. I have granddaughters. Thank you, Lord, with an S, and I truly want the best for them. Just them growing up and just running around here and learning things is something that I had always imagined. And now it's true. Do I have everything in position the way I wish I had it? No. But I do thank God, Almighty God himself, for giving me an opportunity to be the best that I can be to help his people. I want to help some folk right now. I want to help our leaders, our pastors and preachers, community activists, entertainers. So there's some entertainers out here would love to create, have them a nonprofit and to be able to assist children. I've seen nonprofit, but I've never seen a nonprofit really come towards Heavenly Body Products and said, can we buy some of your products and let's take some of your lessons. But it's happening slowly but sure. People, every now and then somebody will entertain me and say, I'd love to take your information and really intertwine. But when it begins to happen, so I just wanted to come on tonight and say, is the revolution necessary? Felicia, what are you saying? I can't let it cover my face, but I'm going to read this for everybody. It said, we have to take personal ownership of our financial situations so we can teach our children and others what to do and not to do, so together we can have group economics to improve our communities. And I'll give that some ups. And I also said, there's also, and I took it on, and I could have gotten to a space where I said, I'm not doing this no more. But I took it on as part of my responsibility to help. So we have to take personal ownership of our financial situation. Absolutely. Absolutely. And to give exposure to you, yourself, and to your children and your children's children. I mean, listen, how many of us have said generational wealth? How many of you have said generational wealth? And how many of us actually say generational curses? If you are in a position to create some energy, some economic energy around your children, because you gotta have self, and you're right. There you go, right there. You have to take personal ownership. To say, either you say, I'm broke and I need some extra money, but how much work are we willing to do to come out of that hole? It's amazing. At this point, I just want to thank God for the opportunity to come on and be a part of this. This economic revolution. I don't, for some reason, I like I told you, I just didn't feel like browbeating people tonight and bashing and banging. I just know that there's energy out there that's not going to come down to our community and help us. The more I watch the way society is, and you know, like this Thursday night, I'm doing a broadcast on how does mental and verbal abuse affect our relationships when we come in contact with another someone, a beautiful man or a wonderful woman, and it doesn't even last. Sometimes it doesn't even last that long, and sometimes it lasts a long time, and we don't. And the thing is that how many of us are not aware of how the mental and the verbal, even the physical abuse has hurt us so much that we don't even know that it really totally affected us. And it affected us so bad, so deep. And the studying that I do now, and it's the children. The children are so vulnerable, and they grow up with this little bit of hate. I'm telling you, if children could be asked the question, what's really wrong with you? And do you hate something? And they, you know, hey, it is what it is. Our own children don't like us. Why? Because they accuse us of being the one that have them living in poverty. How many of us actually do business type of things for their children, around their children, their grandchildren? How many people have actually read a book with your grandchildren or your children? If we're going to have a revolution, it's going to start with us. What is it that you are doing that's creating wealth for yourself, and you're willing to fight for others so they can have the same opportunity that you have? Now, I'll just be honest with you. Sometimes I may say, I'm tired. I am. I mean, how long have I been doing this? I've been fighting this fight. I know that sooner or later, some of the heavy hitters, some of the heavy hitters in our community are eventually going to say, let's go. Let's get this thing together. Let's go ahead. Let's take $20,000 each and let's start off fresh and do it again. But this time, let's build it together. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to say, let's go. Let's get this thing together. Let's do it together. How much you got? I got 40. You got 40? Yeah, I got 42. You got 40? Yeah, okay, let's put it together. What are we going to do? But we're so scared. We're frightened that something bad going to happen, instead of putting it in the right perspective so they can't be stolen. We got the right people that are ready to create wealth for our own community. I mean, this fight right here, this ain't no one-man fight right here. I need more help. I really need more help. Where are the leaders that are saying, hey, I got an organization of youth and young adults? Well, if that's you, I want you to just come on out to the work with Heavenly Body Products. Come on, look at my website. Look at some of the things to do. Go on my YouTube wall and pull up Sir Markadoo. Let me pull that up. Put one word in there, Sir Markadoo. Just put it together, put it on YouTube. Go in there and check out some things. Go over to Heavenly Facebook and pull up Real Raw Talk. And we got some crazy things that we talk about. Why do men cheat on their women? Why do women cheat on their men? We gotta have more answers. The molestation and the rape, does it and sexual abuse? Does it affect our relationship? Does physical and mental and verbal abuse affect our relationships? And one thing I learned in this game, I'm telling you, doing this so long, is that the answer is yes. And it affects our economics in our community. It really does. Sexual abuse and all that stuff, verbal, it wears, especially when it's done to you as a child. When I've seen little studies of how constantly bombarding our children with negativity, and now I'm looking at society today. We can bombard our children with positivity. In economics, say, no, you're going to learn. No, you're going to learn these economics. You're going to learn how to make a sale. When you go out and hustle, take your children with you. My daughter now, she's making her own product line. I'm just proud of her, you know? I mean, I just hope and I pray that I'm an inspiration to my own children and my own children's children. What are you doing? What are we doing to lift our own children out of the depths of iniquity, out of the belly of the beast? Crazy, right? Felicia, I'm ready. Felicia, out of all the people that I know you're ready. I you know what? I'm gonna call you in a few minutes. I'm gonna call you. I'm getting ready to get off. I'm getting off the air. I'm getting off the air. It plays, but there are some spaces where we do. And this thing called economics, I love what Evan says, because we both say it's easy. It's easy once you apply due to simplicity. And it's easy to come up. It's easy to come up. I'm gonna just share this with you before I go. I want y'all to try something. I want you to go, I don't know what product or service you got, whatever you're doing, whatever you're selling. I want you to take a portion of it and I want you to put it away. And you say, I'm never going to touch that until the right time. Now that's hard to do, but it can be done. And when you begin to do it, I know Evan, I know my brother Evan, he's been after it. I'm telling you, folk, if you're going to be a part of an economic revolution, you have to start now. You have to start with yourself. You have to say, I'm going to fight. Every sale I make, watch this, you might even say, you ain't even selling, but you say, I'm going to take $1 a day and I'm going to put it away. That's $7 a week. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm gonna, like this, I'm going to put a pen in it. Let me ask you something. Now I'm glad I got you two. At least I got you two on right now. And let me ask you this. Have I ever trusted you with my product? And I thought we don't trust each other. It doesn't matter if it's a little or a lot. Have I ever entrusted you two with any of my product and said, pay me when you get it? That's what I did. I put some of my product away to hold for my customers to buy. Not only that, you need to put it like $1 a day and put it $1 a day. Have I entrusted, who on this feet have I ever entrusted with some of my product? I'm telling you, when we come up with this system, it's going to be on and popping. She said, yes, I trust you. Yeah, you might trust me, but did I trust you? Did I ever bless you with some product for you to go ahead and sell and pay me later? That's called trust. What's up, Jake? Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Have I ever trusted anybody on this feed I gave them some product to sell and waited for my money to come back in? So I just want to say thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in, Miss G. Let me see. I got a truth seeker here. Yes, you have. I meant some people don't trust the bill. But that might be right. But it's also it's complicated in its own little space, because when I said, here, take this product, do this, you got to flip it, give it back, flip it, give it back, flip it to the point where, but sometimes we run into walls where we need the money. And see, the thing is that, do you rather, if you had a little nest egg over here, and this is something that you built on, you put $1 a day away. But that nest egg was never meant for you. You got to look at that thing like it's never even there. Now, that's hard to do. But if I was going to use that nest egg, guess what? I'll buy some product with it. Flip it once or two or three times. That's a revolution. Whoop, whoop. Can I get a revolution? Come on. You feel me? A lot of time people take that pot that they saved so hard to save, and something happened, they say, I gotta use it. I gotta use it all. And I understand. Sometimes that happens. See, I'm not saying that I'm not an understanding person, but you gotta understand, if you're gonna build up this nest egg, use it to purchase products. That way you can always put that back. Use the profits to take care of that situation. Does that make sense? You're welcome, King. I enjoy you so much. Love the black, you got me. You're welcome. All right, y'all, God bless you. Have a great night. I just, my biggest thing right now is just knowing that we understand that we have to understand what it is to have a civil rights economic movement. Now, I know that's a tough one right there, but we have to put our minds on it. We have to put our energy on it. God's people must create a civil rights economic movement. Somebody help me, Lord. Send the angels, send the righteous and the strong, the mighty. Bring them to me, Father. Bring these men and women, Father, that want to see your people win. The poor will always be amongst us, but it's the few that we need to pull up out of our community. Young people that want to be entrepreneurs, that have a fire in their belly to be somebody. Most of our youth and young adults, what they want to do, get a job and they want to work for somebody. Nothing wrong with it. But I'm asking you, Father, to raise up the mighty men and women, young men and women that want to succeed and want to do something. Do we know anybody that really want to help God's people? I just thank Father. I just thank God for the opportunity to use me. It could have been so much different. But God chose me to do what I do. And all I'm saying, if somebody has an organization, we got some of these entertainers out there that have these nonprofits that we can begin to start to rally behind these entertainers and these clergy. There's got to be clergy out there that understands economic development, that understands the space that we're in when it comes to building an opportunity for our youth and young adults. It's got to be. There's got to be people out there that want to just create a civil rights economic movement. We have rights. We have civil rights. And this is why I love Dr. Martin Luther King and some of these guys. Even some of the modern day saints. You know, Umar Johnson is one of them. Can y'all name a few people? There's quite a few of them. I can't think of some of these names right now off the top of my head, but there's quite a few of them that really care about our youth and young adults. What's one of my main dudes? He's been an activist for wow. What is his name? I'm gonna. I think I can scroll down real quick and catch it. What was my brother's name? He did something on the Black Wall Street down in Tulsa. Watkins. That's it, Watkins. I didn't even get there yet. But Brother Watkins, he had did something on the he's always fighting. What's Watkins' name? I want to say Marie, but it ain't Marie Watkins. Boykins. Watkins Boykins is his name? Is that his name? Yes, indeed. Let me see. He did something not too long ago on I think it's Boykins. Boykins. So God is awesome. I just want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I'm on my way. Dr. Claude Anderson. Very good. Claude Anderson. Jay Morrison. Okay. Boyce Watkins. There it is. There it is. Yes, indeed. I want to see who's out there can really what's the professor's name down the college down in Atlanta that we always talk about. But Claude put a lot of good time. Boyce Watkins put some quality time in. And you know, and then there's a voice of, what is it, Killer Mike. I mean, you gotta give him some props. I mean, he's been after this thing real heavy, you know? So it's a pleasure and an honor to serve you guys. Thank you. I just hope this done something, you know, to us, waking us up just a little bit and just let us know that we got to do more for ourselves. And we got to do more for our youth and young adults. Plain and simple. Okay? Hey, wait a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Dr. Boyce, you got to. You got to go ahead, girl. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really do. And now, I know this is your time is very valuable. Real quick, I want you to put in the feed. Did this did this matter in any kind of way? How did this matter that we need to really take a good quality, hard look at becoming civil rights leaders? You know, I talked about businesses need to be more like ministries. You know, I'm looking forward to really working heavily body products more as a ministry business, so that I can help God's people where the pastors and the preachers and the churches can't. I'm just one piece of the puzzle. And I believe, and you know what? I'm going to put it out there. I believe that God is going to connect me with a church, a mega church. And we're going to ease on in there. And we're going to start to mold and start using some systems that are real. And it is not about the church owning it. No. It's about taking other churches, getting them involved, and teaching how we can help move each other's businesses. Group economics at its best. For some reason, I really believe that God is going to prove that we are going to work together. He's going to prove it. That we're getting ready to do some heavy. I believe God's going to use me. He's using me now, but I really believe that God's going to use me. He's going to connect me to a mega church. Not as a member. Not as a member. No. Not as a member. I know people say, no, they're not. They're not going to recruit me as a member. I'm going to come into that church and I'm going to be an advocate for the churches, for God's people. I'm not saying, oh, I'm a great member of this mega church. No. Because what's going to end up happening, because this mega church has the heart and the desire and they're open-minded to say, you know what? I love this dude. Let's build there's some policies and procedures and some systems so that we can go out and really go into the community. And we're going to start with that church, because there's plenty of people in that church that have children that are not part of the church, they have grandchildren, they're not part of the church, they're going to have family members that are on drugs and try to get off drugs and have problems. And we are going to help solve the issues in our own community. Can I get a witness? So I just want to thank you all, man, so very much. And don't forget to go on and check out my sites. Please call me if you have anything you would like to talk about. Again, it's being brought to you in part by the Black Billionaires Club. Love what he does over there. I want you to please like and share. And go check out Economic Evangelism University. Go over to sirmarkadoo.com, please. And please come down to visit us at 2571 Park Central Boulevard. If you want some wholesale packages, please go over to packages.chronickiller.com. And don't forget that we do need each other. And we must band together. And don't forget this Thursday, matter of fact, go over to Real Raw Talk on Facebook right now and request to be a part of Real Raw Talk. If you know any pastors or preachers or anybody like that, please tell them the prophets and prophetesses, because I know they come from the same cloth I do, a lot of them. That's why they got into being into the clergy, because they've been hurt and they done been through a lot. And I do too. That's why I work for God's people. That's why God let me off them drugs and it brought me through all that molestation and all that stuff. And still, at times, I struggle with it. I struggle with it. I struggle with being in, in that world of molestation, mental abuse, and physical abuse and verbal abuse, and But this Thursday, we're gonna let that dragon, that fire-breathing dragon, out of that bottle. We're letting it out, So stay ready, so you have to get ready, okay? And once again, God bless you and your families. I hope that God blesses every breath and every step you take. Let me see if what you all got out of this. Let me see. I follow those kings because they care about our people, just like you. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate that. And you said, I think this conversation was needed. We really need to take control of finances and build the economic future of our children's children and beyond. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, Felicia, have you listened to any of the Real Raw Talk yet? Amen. We do need each other. I'll be at church Thursday night. All right, y'all. Did you get a chance? Did any of y'all ever get a chance to listen to Real Raw Talk yet? Please invite some people. You know certain people that need to be a part of that Real Raw Talk, so make a suggestion for them to be a part of it. Okay? All right. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Peace, love, and community service. And remember, when you master community service, you will master customer service. Have an awesome night, everybody. Peace and love.